understand, only she can, only Feehans. It's only Feehans.
Hey, welcome back to another episode of OnlyFeehans, and we took a field trip. This is very exciting. We're always on my couch, Joe. We have a special guest. Well, us.
Thanks for signing my permission slip to be here.
Joe DeRosa is our guest today, and we are at his establishment, Joey Rose's.
Hi. Thank you for being here.
We are in the beautiful porn room. This is great.
Yeah.
Thanks for housing us.
Thank you for coming here. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate you guys offering and asking to record in the bar and restaurant. And I appreciate it. Thank you.
I have been eating, Joe, your sandwiches since you started selling them out of the stand.
Nice.
I went there. I took a trek by myself and bought 3 sandwiches, and I was not dating anyone. And I took them home, and me and my dogs ate them all by ourselves.
Dogs?
Dog.
Oh, my God.
They're so good.
You know, they might have had things in it harmful for a dog. Like onion.
That's probably why he has cancer now. Everyone knows that about Ernest. He has cancer. He has 6 to 8 weeks to live. So start.
Are you serious?
Now, yeah.
It's like it's absolutely terminal.
Yeah. He has an oral melanoma. So I could bring him to have his tongue singed off once a week to buy him like 3 more months. But I'm not a fucking Nazi. You know what I mean?
That poor guy. That's so sad.
Don't worry about it. You love dogs, right?
I do.
Yeah.
And I'm starting to really like cats. I'm going to get a cat.
No.
Yeah. I'm going to get a cat.
A bar cat?
A certain... No.
Yeah, a bar
cat. No, absolutely not a bar cat.
Bar cats are good.
But like a certain type of cat...
One that acts like a dog?
I enjoy. I don't like... certain cats are the most adorable things of all time. And then certain cats look incredibly, incredibly evil. And I have to...
are evil.
But the ones that are adorable are so sweet. But so you have to find one of those.
Yeah, you're gonna go into the woods of Maine.
No, that's where the evil ones are. Maine.
Oh, Maine.
That's Pet Cemetery.
Oh,
literally, that's where it takes place.
That's Stephen King. Yeah.
Kerryn has an evil cat.
He's talking about my pussy. He's trying to be.
Okay.
That's what he does.
That
home runs every time.
This is one of those dirty shows.
Yeah. So get comfortable. But
that's fine.
This back room is like a fucking finger bang heaven. Like this, not anymore, not me because I stopped drinking. But during my drinking days, this would be a place that you would like scout out. This is a perfect hookup.
I'm gonna keep it in mind now, Joe.
Don't.
For sure.
Don't
keep it in mind. Maybe you can get fingered in here. It'd be very nice for you. It's surprisingly. I honestly, I was a little. So this is the back. This is the back room of the establishment.
Yeah.
Out front is. It's a little more. I don't know. Throwback.
Yeah. Great bar, corner bar vibes.
Yeah.
You know?
Corner neighborhood bar vibe.
Yeah.
Back here, my friend Jessica, who's a designer. She's great. Jessica Pinkstone. If you live in Atlanta, hire her. If you don't live in Atlanta, hire her. She's amazing.
Yeah.
Anyway, she came in and helped us with some of the design, and she had this great idea when we said, well, we want the back room to be a little separate. She was like, you should put wood on the walls and make it feel like an old school steakhouse.
Yeah.
And it was such a good idea, and we did it, and it worked.
Yeah.
And so once it came together, here's what I'm getting at.
Yeah, I'm ready.
We were worried that it was... I was like worried I was going to come back here and find people like doing drugs.
Right.
Because it's such like a chill.
Right.
But it's all in all, it actually does feel far more connected to the rest of the bar than you would think. So no fingerings is the point back here.
Not yet.
Not
Countdown.
Yet. No, yeah.
I'll make sure of that whenever I bring a girl back here.
This is I'm sure you're getting just regulars so fast.
Yeah, we are. We're very lucky.
Yeah.
We're very lucky.
It's in a great spot. It's one of those places where the quality's going to be good. You know what you're getting. I can see people getting addicted to certain sandwiches.
People are coming in. We're as of now, and this won't be forever, but for right now, we're only open 5 days a week. So Monday and Tuesdays we're closed.
Yeah.
And every Wednesday, it's very touching. We're slammed. People coming in because they are excited to get sandwiches after the 2-day break. And tonight, I mean, you probably can't hear it on the mic, but it's busy out there.
It's busy.
I'm excited.
Work's not even out yet. You're full.
I know. And the hardest part.
Tell me.
Is
Crossing your legs in those jeans?
crossing my... It's you and Bonnie McFarlane are just cut from the
Oh.
same rotten cloth.
Oh, that compliment. Oh, that compliment.
That
Just,
is a huge compliment.
Same stale, crunchy cloth.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, really? You're gonna call Bonnie McFarlane? So, okay, Jared.
Would
Okay, Jared.
I didn't even hear what you said.
He's calling our vaginas stale.
No, no,
Oh,
the same, cut from the same crunchy cloth. Cause
Oh, crunchy cloth, he said. He didn't call
cum,
her vagina.
cum rags.
Oh.
It's bad. It's either way. It's not good.
I had to explain it. So,
It's
yeah.
gonna be gross, and he's talking about my queen, Bonnie McFarlane. How
All right.
dare you?
She's my queen. She's everybody's queen.
It's everybody's queen.
She's everybody's queen.
My favorite is her and Rich talking about the host at the stand, just like unapologetically on their podcast. They're like, what the fuck are they doing? They're like, they don't get people's credits. Instead of saying credits, they just go, clap it up, clap it up, clap it up. Like, they just went for it. I fucking love them so much. Sorry, but you're
That's the host everywhere, though. That's every
it's
host.
starting to be a trend, yeah.
It's everywhere. It's like hosts. I don't know at what point. Now, for you viewers,
Tell them.
I come from an older age of comedy
You're not that old.
where hosts knew their place. Like host was nothing
Right.
to be proud of
No,
years
there was
ago.
a sound, like an element of shame to it. Like, I mean, I still have it. Like, I get my spots from the stand, and it's like spot, upstairs, spot, 8 p.m. host.
They used to say this to you at clubs. When you would pass a club, they would go, "All right, so start sending in your avails. Are you willing to host?"
yeah,
Willing
I
was the word
know.
they used. Now everybody is equal in comedy, and these hosts are treated as if they're regular comedians. And it's ridiculous. So they think they don't have to ask for your credit. Hosts they would grovel at your feet.
I know.
What do you want me to say? They would write it down.
I do.
They would write it down.
I do think it's wild when people come into comedy without knowing who certain individuals are. Like, especially if you're hosting, like, and you're new. Wouldn't you take 2 seconds and Google people?
Yeah.
You know, like
I ask all the time.
Yeah, you're good. You're good about
when
that.
I started out and I was hosting, if you screwed up like the headliners thing or a comics thing, if you screwed it up, dude, I can't even tell you. My stomach would drop like I felt like I was at work, like I was going to get in trouble. It is work, but I felt like I was going to get in trouble.
Yeah.
And I had I had comics actually chew me out a few times.
Yeah, Rich Voss would
I
like
fucked something
if
up.
I said the wrong preposition.
Yeah.
He was like, I was in the King of Staten Island. Like, that's what I said. That's what I said. He's like, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm like, he's like, get me a coffee. He used to make me bring him coffee while he was up there. I think at like comics.
You didn't have to do that. He just was seeing if you would do it.
I mean, I wanted to show my ass off to the. I hadn't started my OnlyFans yet, but I would bring it and then I would walk off and he'd be like, look at her ass.
Oh my gosh,
So
Rich
it
is
was-
really coming off like a gem.
No, he's
On
not.
this. No, I love
My king. He's my dad.
it. Yeah. Oh, that's weirder than
No?
what he was saying.
Yeah.
Look at
No.
Yeah.
You guys are weird.
Uh,
Talk about your family.
you. This is my family.
How many
here. These
people
are-
got married? This is
aunts and uncles and parents
aunts,
and everybody. Yeah.
uncles.
Yep. They're all back here.
But Joe,
Sadly, many of them have passed. It's very sad. But
you were adopted though, right?
yes.
So shouldn't all these pictures be in quotes?
Oh, we're using our stand-up material on the podcast, Karen? Is that
First
what
of
we're
all-
doing? You
first of
taking a
all,
page
I
out of my
couldn't-
book?
I couldn't not do that.
I know.
Is that one of your bits?
Yeah.
It's been working.
I was going to say that's really fast. That was really sharp.
It's been
Like,
She's
It's
been
been-
sharpening it
it's-
over the
Yeah.
week.
It's been working. You know, and it's like whether they know who you are or not. You know, sometimes it's fun when they know because they'll be like DeRosa, like they like hype you up. It's always a guy. No. It's,
oh, wait. You say it about me on.
Sometimes I say your name. Sometimes I don't.
But-
It's like it depends on what crowd it is.
Oh, okay. Is the bit about this room?
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
I'm
That
flattered.
concept, you know what I mean? Of like being like surrounding yourself with all these pictures.
But wait a second. You're telling me you on stage? You say my friend has a place.
Sandwich shop.
You say this on
Yeah,
stage.
yeah.
I'm so. It's. Please
I
don't
wrote
tell
a
me you're
joke about
kidding.
you.
I'm
I'm
so
not.
flattered. It's the
It's
most
nice.
flattered I've ever been.
It's like a well thought out bit
Yeah.
too. It like, you know, it's meant to be hurtful. People feel bad for you.
I love that.
People look at me like you're a bit. Like some of them don't.
That's.
laugh.
It's the most flattered I've ever been.
That's actually the nicest joke she has.
Shut up.
Yeah,
Shut
I'm-
up.
I'm very
Jake.
flattered,
You wish I
thank
would
you.
write a joke about your thirsty ass.
So how did you two link up?
No, No, don't have. Who cares? That's the least important thing.
All right.
Let's talk about the like food industry. Like, did you work in food industries type stuff, or you were just successful at comedy?
Yeah. What's the origin of this?
No, I worked. But yeah, no. Before I did stand up, I worked in tons of food jobs.
Okay, where?
But that's not why
in New
this
York
happened.
or LA?
No, never in New York. It's funny. I couldn't get a food job when I moved to New York.
You had to have a fucking stacked resume.
Yeah, when I moved to New York, I could not. I attest that I started making money as quickly as I did. Now, not a lot of money, but enough money to like pay the rent.
Yeah.
With roommates.
Yeah.
But I think I made that money in comedy as quickly as I did because it was so. When I moved to New York, it was so impossible to get a job.
Yeah.
You couldn't get a job anywhere.
Yeah.
Like it was crazy.
You could if you looked like me. But
yeah, not me. And I looked worse back
I
then.
don't know though. You're tall, white guy. I would hire
You couldn't.
you as a bartender.
I'm telling you, couldn't like get a. It was like because that's the thing. I wasn't like hip. I didn't realize all these other elements of it back then.
Where
it's
like
like,
a sales job in a way.
Your look, you know,
Yes.
like I looked like an open mic comedian. Like I looked like I had nothing,
So cute.
which like I didn't,
Yeah.
but I couldn't. I remember trying to get a job at Sam Goody when that was still around, the record store.
I was gonna say they didn't sell food. That was a record.
Yeah,
Did you eat those?
I ate those. Anyway, I worked in food, but that's not why we did this. Paul Italia and I did this because
With Paul Italia.
Paul Italia is co-owner of The Stand. Clap it up, clap it up, clap it up.
Clap it up, clap it up, clap it up.
Paul Italia invented
Bring the
Clap It
energy
Up. He made it up. He created it.
Clap it up. It's what all the STDs the comics there had.
Yeah. So he
I just made eye contact.
so he and I've always been a big sandwich person. I just love sandwiches. I always have.
They're fucking awesome. Who doesn't love sandwiches?
I'm a huge sandwich guy. I don't just eat sandwiches every week. Like I go to the
design them. When
Yeah,
you
okay, yeah.
I know.
I have like sandwich nights.
Right.
Like I go to the supermarket and I buy all kinds of shit and I like
Right.
make a spread
Yeah,
like
yeah,
like
yeah.
it's a funeral
Yeah,
in
yeah,
my
yeah.
house because it is. And then I
For
make
your heart?
yeah. And then I just make like crazy. I just love it. So anyway, the short of it is I had been writing down sandwich recipes that I had made for myself that I enjoyed, that were sort of variations of things that I grew up with, and some were just things that I just made up. And I was telling Paul about it at one point during the lockdown because we were hanging out a lot, and he was like, "Now's the time, man! Like, you can do something like that right now. Like, there are vacancies in New York,
Right.
And I was like, "Well, I didn't mean it. Like, I was just telling you this idea,
Right.
you know." And he was like, "No, let's do a
Paul's
pop
like
up."
a pit bull, though.
Yeah.
He had an idea. He's like, we're fucking doing this.
yeah. And he's like, "Let's do a pop up at the Stand, a pop up sandwich up." And I was
That's when I first ordered them.
Yeah.
That's when I first found them. And the bread is so good.
Yeah.
And it
we
made
made the
sense.
bread there.
Yeah.
This guy Fausto at the Stand
Love
perfected the
Fausto.
recipe.
So good.
He's amazing.
Mhm.
Took 2 months to get the bread right. It was a whole thing. It was fun.
Sandwiches, like, my dad's a big sandwich guy. So he always made me really good sandwiches, like toasted bread, special condiments, multiple cold cuts and cheeses, like not very straightforward. My dad also, this is like sort of off topic. He would always like volunteer at like my speech and debate tournaments. You know how like parents would like come like and sell baked goods or whatever?
Right.
But he would always like call dibs on like the meatball sub station and would just be like yelling out like meatball, and it was just like meatballs. Like it wasn't like
I love it.
But like he was at a fish market. He's like, "You want one? You want a full one? You want a half one?" Like the kids are like 8. It's all nuns.
I love it. That's amazing.
Just like meatball sub guy. And I remember one time he had like random jobs, but one time he was driving a limo for these rich people into New York City, and I had just moved here like a couple years in, and I went to the deli and I got him an Italian cold cut, and he fucking was like, "This is the best sandwich I've ever fucking had."
Oh,
He was
that's
like,
great.
What'd you do?
That's so
Do you have
great.
a sandwich story? Because I just pulled 2 out of my ass like a fucking. You see that?
I've been getting the same Subway sandwich for 10
Oh,
Oh my
Jesus.
god.
Jared
He
used to order
he's
sandwiches
had-
for me.
What?
Oh, Pat
Yeah,
used to
Pat's
work at
got a
sandwich
deli.
shop. Pat used to work. Well, his dad owns a deli too.
I know. He obviously stole a lot of the goods in his body.
In my career.
But wait, you worked at Subway as well?
No, I worked at a bake shop, like an
at a
Italian
bakery.
sandwich shop.
Oh, okay. Which one?
It was called Enzo and Tino's in Staten Island.
What was it called?
Enzo and Tino's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That sounds like a strip club.
I used to serve Sal's dad a lot, actually. He used to come all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
And, I used to serve Jared as well. Yeah.
Nice.
And I would get. I'm very OCD where I get the same sandwich once I like that sandwich. I don't mix it up.
What do you get at Subway besides food poisoning?
Pepperoni, lettuce, and honey mustard.
Oh my god.
That's disgusting.
Oh my god. Is he? You're lying.
That's my favorite sandwich.
This is him trying to be funny. I've
No,
never
that's
seen
the
you
grossest
eat that.
thing I've ever heard.
I've never seen you eat that. You've never eaten that.
That's my favorite. My mom
I
packs
would
it
feed
for
that
lunch.
to my dog with cancer.
I love pepperoni.
I do
I love
too.
pepperoni too, but
On
not
a
with honey
pizza?
mustard.
Honey mustard?
And not
Great.
with lettuce.
You ever had Quiznos?
That's like what a snapper turtle
Yeah, I've had
would eat.
Quiznos. Holy
No.
God.
No.
Yeah. But he would make me a chicken cutlet, mozzarella, pesto, balsamic, and lettuce.
No.
That's
Alright.
a sandwich.
Now we're
That's a sandwich.
All right,
now we're in the ballpark at least.
But
Jesus Christ, what happened? I put Oreos inside, honey mustard,
Yeah,
cookie
no.
crisp,
It's so
and
gross.
pepperoni.
It's so gross. That's
everybody
so gross.
everybody tells me that.
Yeah.
Oh, it's really gross.
I know. It's so gross.
All right.
Yeah, I got. That's why I was staying quiet.
No, it's all right. It's
But I
all
love the
right.
hard work that you're putting into the bread, and just like it just.
Where
it
do you
shows.
make the bread? Who
And how
makes
great
the
it-
bread?
You just
We make it at the stand.
You still make it there.
Oh,
And we
you
bring
bring
it
it?
down every day.
Oh,
yeah.
that's fucking awesome.
So, but it's the bread. We're really proud of the bread, and eternally grateful that Fausto was so instrumental in it. And,
Yeah.
and because
I want to learn how to make sourdough.
that's the thing. Everybody wants to do that now. Everybody's making sourdough.
Yeah, it's some sort of like a gluten celiac thing. It's like the
Yeah.
only good bread left.
Yeah. Do you have celiac?
No, I don't care. I just want to do what everybody else is doing. So I'm a sheep.
That's why I got vaccinated.
No,
No,
I didn't get boosted though.
I get boosted on Tuesday.
All right, 10 fingers.
10 fingers. Yeah, and then but no, it's weird. These certain foods and food items or whatever, they have these like renaissance periods, and I don't know what sparks it all off.
Yeah.
But one day, this is wild. One day I'm with my friend Ryan from Staten Island, friend of Sal's and mine. And we were at the stand.
Is he hot?
He actually is. Yeah.
Let's go.
He's hot. Yeah, I can introduce you.
Thanks.
He's a good-looking kid.
All right, great.
So anyway, we're at the stand, and he's in shape too. He's like in really good shape.
How old?
I love it.
And he's very stylish.
How old?
35.
No, that's too old for him.
36. Anyway, we're at the stand, and he goes, he's like, let's get an espresso martini. Let's get an espresso martini. And I was like, all right. So we're waiting to order one, and I'm looking at the bar, and I'm like, every person at the bar is ordering an espresso martini.
Yeah, because they can't do Coke anymore because there's fentanyl in it.
Right. It was crazy, but then I found out, I was like, what the fuck is going on? And then somebody told us later that espresso martinis were announced as the world's most popular drink this month or whatever it is.
Okay.
But what causes that? Do you see what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
not like, so in other words, it's not like back in the day where there were 10 or 12 TV channels and Roseanne does a set on Johnny Carson and all of a sudden everybody knows who Roseanne Barr is.
Right.
And she's everybody's favorite new comedian.
No.
It's not like that anymore.
No.
So what is it
What sets off these
that lights the
trends?
fuse for espresso martini? I was telling somebody today, a liquor rep that was here, I go, man, we really have we have a young crowd in the bar for the most part, but I go, everybody's got a real old mentality because we're selling gin like crazy.
Really?
Yeah, and she goes, oh, gin's like super hot right now. And I was
Yeah.
like, but why though?
Right.
What causes
They're
that?
like,
Have you read the
why
book
does-
The Tipping Point
I
by
know
Malcolm Gladwell?
I never read it, but I know it.
But it's exactly what you're talking about.
Is
and,
it?
And I just read it. It's like how these epidemics start, and it explains that being there's like these mavens or these connectors, and you remember the shoe the Hush Puppies?
Yeah.
It talked about how that got started and how these kids in the East Village store them in these little mom and pop shops, so they start wearing them again. Then people see these cool kids wearing them, so word starts spreading, and then
It's always like that. It's like
Interesting.
Kate Hudson had on a pair of Uggs in Utah. It was like snowing, but in the summer, and she just looked so hot. And then everybody bought Uggs. Uggs were the ugliest things I've ever seen in my life.
Never been a fan. Never been a big fan of Uggs.
The espresso martini, and I think the booze stuff, maybe the gin stuff, like. People will read one article like, "Oh, there's 10% less sugar in gin." Like, "Oh,
Right.
I'll do that." Are you okay? Are you having an episode?
Oh.
We ordered some sandwiches.
Oh, he's getting sandwiches.
Sandwich time!
Are they ready?
Yeah, it's exciting. So, but yeah,
You should check out that book. It will really maybe
He
give you
knows
some
it.
more.
He's read it. He gets the gist.
You're right though about the Uggs thing.
yeah.
You're also right about what's your least favorite? I know mine because I make lists out of everything.
Yeah.
What is your least favorite tipping point phenomenon that happened where you're like, I hate that everybody likes this?
Right.
now.
Like I refuse to go. Crocs. I'm not wearing Crocs.
Stand-up comedy.
Yeah, it's a
Comedian.
bad one.
Everyone wants to become a comedian. Everybody wants to be a content creator.
Only not talented people feel that way.
No.
Wow. She's so mean.
That's why Kerryn's selling porn and not doing comedy anymore.
I wish I knew Kerryn when you drank. I mean, what
Yeah,
was
yeah.
the rage
It was
like
so
Me
bad.
right.
when you were drunk?
It was so bad. I used
Oh
to
my God.
yell at like homeless people.
She got
And
banned
when I
from
was
the
in a
stand.
blackout, I did get banned from the stand.
And you still
Unbanned though.
now you smoke marijuana?
Yeah, I do.
Do you smoke a lot?
I suppose.
No, that's fine
what's a
because
lot?
That's
I'm trying
another
to
tipping-
I'm trying to
that's
cut
another-
back on drinking
Yeah.
a bit, but I don't smoke weed. So every time I
You
try
don't
to
like weed.
every
Makes you
time I
feel
try to
weird.
dry out, like I haven't drank all week, and now tonight I'm like,
Itching a
I'd
little.
rather have
yeah.
a drink.
Your
you know?
body's like clean, and it's like, let us have a little tainting in here.
Yeah, exactly. And
Yeah.
it's just, oh, I wish I liked weed.
That's another one too. The tipping point of like edibles. You know what I mean? Those are like huge now. Everything's an edible. What's
My
not?
least favorite tipping point of all time, the one I hated the most, was Texas Hold'em.
Just the poker game.
Yeah, when that stupid goddamn celebrity poker
Oh,
TV
yeah,
show came
celebrity
out,
poker.
all of a sudden, everywhere, because I grew up with guys that we had card games and people that played
Degenerates.
cards, and that was a very East Coast thing. All of a sudden, everybody I knew that had a poker night, it was all they could do was play Texas Hold'em. That was all
Oh,
anybody
yeah.
would play.
Yeah.
Nobody
No
played five
7
card
card,
draw.
no peeking.
No, nothing.
No baseball.
Yeah. It just drove me crazy, and I hate Texas
It's
Hold'em.
very
I
mundane.
hate it.
Yeah, I feel like when people get good at Hold'em, it's like their fucking thing.
And it's also like a bully's game.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
let's run
It's
these
all-
guys
yeah.
out of the pot.
Very
Like,
psychological.
It's just not fun. It's,
Right.
oh,
Yeah, I
suck.
prefer we used to play scat. Which was a game, but
What was
like
that?
whenever I think about it, I'm like, wow, scat means like porn, right?
No, scat means shit.
Shit. Isn't it shit porn though? Isn't there
It
scat
means
porn?
like, yeah, like scatological means like
But there's also, like,
an obsession.
Isn't there
with
a singing type of
feces.
scat?
Oh, okay. Yeah, right. Isn't there like skilly bee bop boo doo doo? Like, isn't that?
Yeah, there's jazz porn. Yeah. No, there's definitely
But
scat
when we
porn.
played, we
Yeah.
would put a $20 bill or $5 bill, I don't know, on the table, and every hand you lost, you had to fold a corner of the bill
Okay.
until all 4 corners were folded in, and then you gave it to the middle. But
And
it
then
was,
you were out
yeah.
until it was.
yeah, but it
Okay.
was like pretty fair and fun.
That sounds fun to me.
Yeah, until you crumple up your money and throw it on the ground, put it in your mouth like a brat. I was 10. I
was 10.
Yeah, high stakes gambling.
We gambled
at
a-
10.
We always played poker. Well, you know what my dad used to do? He would like come out with like, you know, that random jar of whatever coins that your family would have.
Yeah.
He would like dump it in the middle of the living room floor and be like, get whatever you can and you can bet with it. So we just have piles of
Oh, that's
pennies.
fun.
Yeah.
That's fun. I like that. All
Yeah.
right.
All right.
And yeah, I miss the other pokers.
Right.
Who doesn't? But you know.
Listen.
Anyway,
Listen.
go ahead. What do you
I
got?
mean-
Listen, we're listening. We're listening. We're listening, Kerryn. What do you got?
I was just being autistic. You ever do that?
Just be
The
autistic.
what sandwiches did you order?
Yeah.
Fat kid. Okay. The local and the Eastie, and then we have a new.
And
We're
we're
gonna try
trying the
this
new
new
one, right?
thing coming out too.
Yeah, so we ordered those 3, and I was going to ask you to do a fuck, marry, kill between the 3.
Oh man, that's so original.
Between the 3 of the sandwiches?
Yeah.
I like
me to
that.
do
He brought that idea up to me, and I was like, "That's a great
Yeah.
idea."
You want me to do it?
Would that break your heart to do a kill to one of your sandwiches? It's only one of 8.
No, it's a sandwich. I don't give a shit.
Well, you put your heart and soul
How
into
did you
these
put, how
sandwiches.
did you put together like these 8 sandwiches anyways? Like
Well, some of them were like, variations of sandwiches I grew up with that I was a big fan of. And I go to the local hoagie place and be like, can I have this, this, and this? And then some of them were just things I thought worked really well together. And luckily they did, so that was basically it.
I would fuck the fat kid, but that's just,
Are substitutions allowed here?
No.
Oh my God. He's
Jared
not
is
joking,
huge
though.
on substitution.
We went out for.
No. I think he's really asking if I allow
I
it.
know, and you don't, right?
No, you can remove
remove
things
things.
or you can add things, but we won't be like if you're like, can I have this except with that we don't do that.
Like, don't change
right.
the integrity of the flavor
That's
profile that I
exactly.
put together.
Exactly.
It's so disrespectful. Like, it's not fucking thought out.
Like, I get it if you're like, I don't like cheese. I'm like, all right, I'll take the cheese
I don't.
off.
Right,
Don't
right.
Fucking punch him in the face. Don't like. Who doesn't like cheese?
But yeah,
I've been
like
giving my
some-
dog his pills and cheese.
I just want to
lately.
get Kerryn riled up.
I
Sometimes
get
people
mad
will
at
like
some
call
of
a thing in. This really bothers me.
them. Yeah. What?
This one. We've 8 sandwiches.
Yeah.
8.
Yeah.
Not hard to tally up what ingredients we have available here.
Right.
Once in a while, somebody will still call an order and be like, "Could I have Swiss on this?" Instead, it's like
You don't see it
Swiss cheese is not
anywhere
anywhere
on
on
the
the
menu.
menu,
Anywhere on the
and
menu.
the menu is 8 things.
You should
Right.
be like, yeah, you sure can open up your fridge. Do you have any Swiss? You got any Swiss in
I
there?
think it's up your asshole.
I would love working at a place. I was going to say this. I would love working at a place like this. I worked at a place called Greenpoint Heights for like almost 3 years. And I just worked brunch. I would work Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I would make my rent in a weekend. No problem. I'd run my fucking ass off. But it was like mom and pop like this. Like everybody knew each other. Everybody liked each other. It
Right.
was like not to be corny, but like was like family vibes.
Okay, very good.
I also worked at places like Sushi Samba where like you're guaranteed to make like $400 in like a 4-hour shift or whatever.
Oh, that's awesome.
But
Did you like it?
but you're tipping people out. It's very competitive as far as
Yeah.
like selling. Like
Where's Sushi Samba again?
I think it died. The guy went through so many rounds of lawsuits. I think there's none left. There might be one left.
Where was the New York
He
one
had
though?
there was 2. There was one on 19th and Park, and there was one on 7th Ave South.
7th Ave South, 9th to the Park. What's the sushi place on 9th? Is that Ichiban or whatever it's called? Or
On 9th Street?
No, 9th
Ninth
Avenue,
Ave?
I think. The famous sushi place.
Oh, like what is there? Like Morimoto or whatever?
I'm not familiar.
Quasimodo, I think
Quasi.
it's called.
Listen, I just said,
It's
like,
not-
I bet
I thought
that
it
your
was-
staff is probably happy.
What's happy?
Your staff.
Oh, the
Working
staff is
here,
happy. Yeah, everybody seems to be enjoying it, and I really love everybody on the staff, and everybody it's a nice team.
See, it's gay. You can't
It's
help it.
nice.
You feel gay.
What are the
You know,
weekend
But
hours?
it's true.
It's nice.
What are the hours here on the weekend?
12 till 2
Oh,
a.m. And then 12 till 12 on Wednesday and Sunday.
okay.
So pretty soon we'll be open Mondays and Tuesdays as well. And then pretty soon our outdoor area. By the way, we're at 174 Rivington if you want to come down if you're in New York.
We'll have graphics.
Lower
we'll
East
do
Side.
things. We got
Yeah.
it. We got it.
But, I feel very lucky that we have the people coming through that we do, that we have the staff that we have, and that people seem to care or be interested in this. The comedy community has been really incredible. Performers and fans alike coming through. And
What if a comedian gets to the point where you, like, ethically don't think you should give them any more sandwiches?
What do you mean?
Like a Bob Kelly, for example.
I don't give him anything.
Joe.
That's where you make all your money.
Like if Tim Dillon comes in here and you're like, I just saw on your Instagram story you were out to eat.
I add a few dollars to each sandwich.
I had
He doesn't notice.
a price gauge.
He's in a
Gouge.
blind frenzy. He has no idea.
Yeah, no, I just
Yeah, no. Somebody like you, I'd give a free sandwich to. I got to get the
I mean you
petite
should.
people hooked.
Well, I think you got to
Yeah.
catch like me and Emma Willman like post workout class. Like we'll come in here and rip it up.
Well, we're gonna rip it up a bit today.
Can we talk about you ripping up the open mic next door?
Oh God, were you there?
Did you do it? I've done it. I did it.
I was there for Bargatze.
Bombed so bad.
I did too.
Next door?
Yeah.
Kerryn did it.
I love them next door. Black Cat. They're great.
Yeah.
And they've got a good show, but I bombed so bad
Oh
on
my
that
God.
open mic. I was
It's
I
like,
wasn't there. I wasn't there for you. I was there for Bargatze.
I tried all new stuff though. Like, so
Yeah.
I can't blame anybody but myself. But man, I bombed. Did you do new stuff when you bombed?
Yeah.
It's
I was
all-
so nervous.
Yeah, it's a lot.
I hadn't done an open mic in like I don't know how many years.
Yeah.
It was great to see you guys in there hanging out.
Okay, cool.
You got pickles?
Sun
Kinda
We
dried
do have
them.
pickles.
What kind?
Dill.
All right.
Chips. Why do you ask?
I thought maybe you had a pickle selection.
No, not a selection. Just dill pickle.
Pickles
chips.
with a sandwich,
Huh?
right? Pickles come with sandwiches sometimes.
Pickles. Yeah, they do. That is true.
Can
a
you
lot
clip?
of things.
Can you clip that out? That was so profound.
A lot of things come with sandwiches.
I mean, you're
Some
a
places will
shining
give you a
star.
little carrot stick.
You're a
Alright.
shining. You're a shining star. I'm excited
Anyway.
for the fat kid because it's a very
that's mine.
unique sandwich. It's what peanut butter jelly and potato chips.
Yes.
What are you
Right?
talking about? Pat's been here the whole time, Kerryn.
Come on, the fat
Got
kid. Yeah, got it. Boo. How long are? What are we at?
Or about like 33.
33.
You can tell it's just electric when the host asks that.
Listen,
Where are we?
I'm like, are we gonna eat these sandwiches for 10 minutes? But we're not because they're not coming. Can we
Do
bake
you ever
it?
get unhappy customers?
No, I mean everybody's pretty cool.
You should play your stuff from Better Call Saul like on the TVs.
I should.
Wait,
Right?
what?
Worship me, worship. Look. No. Sometimes people get a little antsy if it's taking a while because sometimes you get slammed. Like we're new, so like
You got kinks to work
you're working
out.
out kinks, and like sometimes like one of the kinks is like that we're trying to figure it out is like 20 people will show up at one time.
Yeah,
and it's
like a
not the
tour
kind of-
bus. What if you become a tour stop?
that'd be fun, right?
Pretty good.
But it's not like Katz's where
Not
there's
to bring
like
Tim
a
Dillon
nice
back up.
line out the. You know what I mean? Like sometimes 20 people order at once, and you're like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
Right.
and the
You know?
sandwich isn't $30 either.
Yeah, and like exactly, and we're also we want to be a mom and pop. We don't want to be anything more than that. So
Right.
it's flattering
you have
when
no
that happens.
plans
but
to expand to like Appalachia.
why Appalachian?
I know it's the first trail that I thought of.
Why you want us to be a trail?
I don't know.
A trail shop?
A chain.
A chain. Yeah, no, I'm not against that, but I just mean like the idea is that it's supposed to be a small operation.
What if
it's
somebody-
supposed to feel neighborhoody? It's not supposed to be like you walk in and there's a line of guys like you know.
But
like-
what if like somebody showed up right and they're like, Joe, we'll give you $20 million. Keep everything. Everything stays the same. It's just everybody, including the owners, has to like wear like alien outfits.
in 2 seconds. Why would I not do that? I think that would only. I think that'd be. I might do that. I think that's cool. It would have to be way worse than that. You'd have to be way.
What? Like, okay, we'll give you 20. Everything stays the same, but I don't know. You have to feed people toenails once in a while.
No,
my
no,
God.
come on. You could
He has integrity for a sandwich.
literally get arrested for that. No, it can't be anything you can get arrested. But it's like the founder. You ever see The Founder?
No.
The Michael Keaton movie where he plays Roy Kroc, the guy
I
that.
love Michael Keaton. I'd like
You should
to
see
say.
The Founder. It's an amazing movie. It's
What?
about it's the story of Roy Kroc, the guy that became famous as the founder of McDonald's, but he wasn't the founder. The McDonald's brothers were the creators of McDonald's,
Maybe I did see this. It's sounding
and
familiar.
he like believes in their product, and he swoops in and is like, guys, this can be big. Like we need to franchise. We need to franchise, and they do it, and then slowly but surely he like kind of takes it out from under them.
Yeah.
But it starts with little things like what you're talking about,
Like what
where
Zuckerberg did to the Winklevoss twins.
So, yeah, like sort of like that, yeah. So, but like one of the things is like the McDonald's brothers, when they're still involved, because eventually they sold it to him.
Right.
But when they're still involved, they find out that he's selling powdered milkshakes, like he's not using real ice
Real
cream
milk.
at
Oh,
the
yeah.
satellite stores, and they like lose it
Right.
because their whole thing is like, no, it's got to be quality.
It has
Like
to be
McDonald's
good.
was founded.
On quality.
McDonald's was
I
founded
know.
on quality, like everything is
But
natural
everything's
and
like,
real.
you know, it's subjective. It was quality then, you know, compared
Right.
to some other
But it's
stuff.
like, not get me wrong, I love
Oh, I love
McDonald's.
McDonald's. I'll fuck up a McChicken.
all
if your
day.
sandwiches don't arrive soon.
I know.
I'm
Sometimes we
loving
run
it.
out
Makes
of.
it feel so elite.
Sometimes we run out of bread, which is a good thing.
That's a good problem to have.
Yeah, it's a good
Yeah,
problem
no,
to
I
have.
came
So we
here.
have a
You were out of
second
bread. You
batch
should have
of
seen my
bread
face.
coming.
I'd already taken my coat off. I had undid my top button. I was like ready to eat, and I go up like we're out of bread. I was like, wow, bread. Wow, bread sandwiches.
And then Kerryn was like, I got yeast for you.
That's
Oh,
pretty
boy.
good. That's
Oh
pretty good.
boy. Oh dear.
I don't know. I thought it was okay. It's like, for him, that's like a science joke. That's like.
That's
a real thought out one.
That's heavy stuff. That's good stuff.
No.
But yeah, so we so we have a second batch of bread coming today because we had to re-up.
Paul must be walking them over.
I was gonna say, aren't you worried he eats the product before he gets here? It's like, don't get high on the supply, fat guy.
Thinking of the wrong
I
Italian.
just rhymed so fucking hard. Maybe
You
I should
did.
audition
You
for
just-
Wild and Out.
You just I know.
Maybe I should
That's a
submit
good
for
question.
Wild and Out.
I feel like
I'm too old. Me too.
no. No, because I saw that they were looking for people, and I was like, I should submit for Wild and Out.
Me and you should as a team.
But then I was thinking, I was like,
As a
I
troop.
can insult, and I was like, it'd be.
Oh, what we got?
What do we got? What do we got? Oh, just a little
Some
prosciutto
prosciutto
to
snack.
fucking wet the. No problem.
But don't you think you'd be too mean on Wild and Out,
Why are you supposed to get me a water?
or no?
Me?
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, but they have people that'll
This is good
like,
stuff.
check you, edit your, like not edit, but like be like, you can't say that, Kerryn.
It's also, by the way, written for you, is it not?
Sometimes.
I think there's a writer's room, but
Right.
I think you're probably throwing out ideas yourself too.
I like what's her name?
Maddie's
that's on-
great.
She's great.
Mhm.
She's great. She's very sweet too, and
Yeah,
very funny.
really good person from Buffalo. She's really open about her life. She cracks me up. Her mom remarried, and the new boyfriend's rich and has an indoor pool or
saw
something,
that.
or like, yeah.
That's great.
This is good stuff.
Yeah, it's a good prosciutto.
That is a melt in your mouth, delicious prosciutto.
It's a nice prosciutto. You guys enjoy.
You know what I've been doing?
I will
Wrapping
have
my
it all.
dog's pills up, his cancer pills in prosciutto. Sometimes he gets mozzarella. Sometimes
How long has he had cancer for?
I don't know, like a week or two. Well, I mean, it's probably had it for a while, but I just noticed it. It just presented and manifested in a way that
What was happening with him?
he was drooling. But I let him drool for like a couple weeks. I was like, this is his new thing.
Yeah.
He drools. I was at Corinne Fisher's dog party, and she's like, Ernest is drooling. I'm like, yeah, he's trying to intimidate the other dogs. Like, I really thought. That's funny.
Dude, it's hard with dogs, like because dogs have a survival instinct, and they're, at their core, a wild animal.
Yes.
But like, so they'll do things that you'll panic about.
Yeah.
And then 9 out of 10 of those things, people will be like, it's fine.
Right.
Dogs do this
Dogs
because
drool.
you
Yeah.
know. So it's very hard to pick up on sometimes, like that there's something wrong with the dog.
When I finally did, and of course he doesn't want me anywhere near his mouth. When I finally like pried his little mouth open, I was like, "Holy shit! What the hell? What are those movies where like the alien like comes out of your face?"
Alien.
I know.
But wait, what was in his mouth?
It's a tumor, but it's like scary.
Oh,
looking.
you could see it.
Yeah, it's on the way back of his tongue.
Ah,
Yeah, it's brutal, right?
poor guy.
It's okay. He's just gonna be high as hell, and the second that I notice that he's like in a lot of pain, lights out, baby. They
God
can do it at your
damn it.
house now. He's not even gonna know he's dying.
No, I know you're gonna know.
Mm.
That's the brutal part.
Right.
It sucks.
I mean, honestly, like being able to have this amount of time to bother everyone about it and never stop talking about it, it's really helping me.
No, I know. I can't imagine. My parents, one of their dogs, they just found him dead.
Oh no, that's hard.
Yeah, like
That's gonna be so hard.
he used to sleep under their bed at night,
Yeah.
and he wasn't in like perfect health, but he wasn't like dying. or anything.
Right.
And they just like one day, like my dad would go every morning, would go into the bed and be like, "Hey, buddy," and like pull him out because like
Right.
he'd have to get him out, and he went to pull him out, and he was dead.
Oh my god.
And my mom called me like when somebody's so hysterical, like you can't even
Yeah.
like hear what they're saying.
Yeah, I've been
and I
there.
was,
Yeah.
and you're like, I was like, calm down, I can't understand what
Right.
you're saying.
Right.
And then it was like because it was so sad.
Yeah, I cry every morning.
Really?
Yeah,
About the dog or
Yeah.
other things?
the dog.
Okay, yeah.
As he's sleeping in bed with me, and he comes up and he like puts his head against me, makes like little noises, like my tumor hurts, and then I go and I give him his pill and it like helps, and then he eats and then we walk. We probably did 20,000 steps today. He's still like the rest of him is still full dog. He's just being like sort of suffocated.
And did you get a second opinion that there's nothing that can be done?
$2,000 is enough of an opinion for a dog.
No, I'm saying, but just a general. You can't go to a vet for a couple $100 and get a second checkup and be like, there's nothing that can be done about this.
They did an aspirate needle in the tumor itself, and the cells came back cancerous. They did an X-ray of his chest. He has what looked to be cancerous nodules on his lungs.
Oh, so it's not just his tongue. Oh, okay, that's what I was asking.
Yeah, it's like the vet was so nice, and she sat with me for like half an hour, and she's like, "Listen, you could try to singe it off his tongue for like a month, and then maybe he'll live for 3 more months." And I'm like, "No, I'm not doing that to my dog. He never even goes to the vet. Obviously, we might have caught this sooner."
Jesus God, that's so sad. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. I'll be fine.
I'm so sorry. No,
that's all right. I'm already looking for other dogs.
I would be like that. I would be like as he was like drifting off, I'd be like on my phone looking for a new dog. Like,
how long do you wait after your dog
no
dies to get a
gap.
new dog?
I feel like I'm going to give it a minute, respect his spirit or whatnot. They also come and like check your house and shit, like, and they make sure you're not like
The spirits?
It's like social services for dogs.
That's funny. See, he's funny.
This just takes him about 42 minutes to warm up, and then it's like boom, 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 lightning.
The worst part is when we do this show together, just me and her, we do 30 minutes, so I never get a chance.
Right, he never quite warms up.
Oh, so this is only a 30-minute show?
When we have a guest on, we do.
You do an hour.
About.
Stop pulling back the curtain.
Oh,
Wait, I was gonna say something.
Oh, good.
No, Jared ruined it. No, they come and they check your house. They look for like, dog porn. They make sure you're on the up and up.
Who's that?
The people who
ACS?
adopt the dogs out.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There's an ACS for like dogs?
What's ACS? Animal Care Service? What were
Child services?
That's C.
So I said, is there an ACS for dogs?
Oh, there's. It's not like Child Protective Services.
Child Protective Services.
But they do. I'm like I said, I'm looking into getting a cat right now, and like most places, it is a pain in the ass, which is annoying because I get it. You want to make sure the cat goes to a decent home, but it's like, guys, I'm trying to help you with your cause to like give the animal a home. Stop breaking my balls.
Right. So many forms.
Like there's a place I walked into yesterday, and it's a nice place, and they're nice people and everything. So whatever. And I went in and I was like, "Hey, I'm interested in adopting." And they're like, "Do you have an appointment?" And I was like, "No." And they're like, "Huh, okay, it's by appointment only. We have one more. Place is empty. We have one more appointment today at 5:00." And I go, "Well, I can't wait till 5."
Joe's like, "Let me have the cats."
Yeah, I was because I was like, I just wanted to meet some cats. You know,
I need pussy and I need it now.
I just wanted to see what you had. But
I don't know.
But it was like 2 hours later.
They want you to have a cat in mind.
But here you can't. They don't have them on.
Oh, then I'm online.
No,
okay.
they don't have. So that's the thing. You have to go in. So I was like, okay, so just tell me what to do. I'll come back over the weekend.
Yeah.
They go make an appointment online, then you can come in. You can meet the cat, or you can meet all the cats, and you can then go home if you fall in love with one or whatever. And then you can fill out a very extensive application. We're sorry it's so extensive, but we need to make sure that And if you are approved, then we'll bring you in for an interview. And then if that goes well, then you can adopt. So these are all the steps.
You need a reference.
But
probably.
You, baby.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. So those are the steps.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fine, whatever. That's a little arduous, but whatever. I go home to make the appointment.
Right.
I have to pay to make the appointment.
Oh my God.
They're getting you at every corner.
There's an adoption fee, obviously, which I was already expecting.
What's it for a cat? Like $10?
100 and whatever.
Woo!
But then, after I'm like clicking on the appointment, and I'm like, I'll just eat the fee because I just want to go meet the cats. Like, I don't care. Like, whatever.
I was like, I consider this more like a party entry fee.
Yeah.
Let me in the house.
Dig
Cheapest
this.
pussy I've ever seen.
Then they list all their rules.
Don't touch the cats. Don't fuck the cats. You're
Once is-
like, I'm out. I'm
Once
out.
is don't pick up the cats.
You're
Oh
like,
my
how am I
God.
supposed to know if
Who are
they
you to
love
tell
me?
me
I know. I'm like, I don't understand, guys. Like, what is this?
You're supposed to know if they love you.
Yeah,
Is this
it's
a
like,
rent a
what-
cat?
I want to see if it's friendly when I touch
I
it.
know. That's why, though. They're like, no, it's sushi's super friendly. No. You get it home. It's like,
Yeah. You know,
oh, the
like-
back of my ankle.
So, you know, it's just, but like that place is the least of what I've dealt with in the annoying department with pet adoption. I've gone to places where it's like they're like, you can't come in because of COVID. You
Oh my
can't do
God.
this. You can't do that. And
Oh.
I'm like, guys, that's crazy because
Right.
I'm asking to be alone in a room with a dog, so I can meet the dog.
Yeah.
And how do you expect people to adopt dog? Like, I don't
Without-
understand. Like,
I know.
this is like, but it's always like that. Like,
They'll be like, come to our adoption event, but then they bring like their worst
oh
fucking
my God,
cases,
those
you know?
events, they're trying. That is the
Yeah,
swap
you know what I
meet
mean?
of-
It's like this
yeah.
dog. It's
Swap
like
meet
just
of-
needs 2 more
Yeah.
treatments and will be cured of all these maggots coming out of its face.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like put that dog to sleep.
Yeah, it's brutal. That is
They're like, we think these
yeah.
are cats. They were breastfed by a ferret.
Yeah, no, it's brutal. It's just brutal.
How do you feel
I
about
know.
stray cats? Why don't you get one of those?
Well, that's the thing.
Ew.
I don't know how pets work.
I would never bring a stray cat into my house. Just
So
'cause
diseased.
I think it's and also some people say, and I agree, you should not try to make a feral cat domesticated because they're never gonna.
They'll
not-
eat your. If you have kids, they'll eat your
feral?
baby's face off. They'll suck its breath while they
So-
sleep.
But I think it's gross. Like, not gross. It's just it's a feral cat. It's out there already. Like, it's doing its thing.
Right.
Stray dog, for some reason, I find a little more palatable.
Yeah.
But
Well,
I'm
they-
not allowed to have a
'Cause they'll be
dog where I
grateful-
live.
they'll be
That's why
grateful.
I'm going to get a cat. Also, I'm not home a lot, so a cat's probably a little better fit for me right now.
I'm just a dog person. I need like. Here's the thing. Like Ernest, when Ernest and I walk like 20,000 steps, like 6 miles, like every day. And when he starts getting sick and not walking, like I'm probably gonna start gaining weight, and that's when I'm gonna put him to sleep. Do you know what sorry, but my point is dogs for me is like a whole activity. It's like a whole thing that I need that or definitely helps me to stay sober or not drink. Sorry. Hey, not drink.
Well, that is true. That's not sober.
I know.
You know,
I'm
but-
such a
but-
fucking drug
But the
addict.
dog helps you
loser.
not. No, I don't think you're a drug
Well,
addict.
the
I do think you're a loser, though.
You think I'm a what?
What
he say?
He said, I do think you're a loser, though.
Because he
That's
said you're
funny.
not some drug addict loser. And then he goes, you're not a drug addict. And I go, you're a loser. Though.
Isn't that
Where-
long since you quit? I don't think
Almost.
I ever knew you back when you quit. I remember the first time I ever spoke to you ever, was at the stand, and I was having a birthday party.
Happy birthday.
And you were hosting the show, and I was doing a set, and I said, come to my birthday party after
Yeah.
this. It's going to be really fun.
Yeah.
And you said, all right, but I don't drink. And I was like, really? You seem wild to me. And you were like, that's the problem. I don't drink anymore.
Wow,
What is it?
that's service.
What is this? No. I wanted a Jack on the Rocks.
What?
I wanted a Jack.
Fucking just drink it. I'll get you a fucking Jack on the Rocks.
Jack on the Rocks.
He didn't say Coke? I thought he said Coke.
Do you
too.
feel like how many nights a week are you here?
You guys want a Jack and Coke?
Are you
I'm alright, I
doing
don't
spots and
Pat,
then coming
you
over
drink?
here?
Pat, booze.
I haven't done any
Booze it
spots
on the
in
job.
months
Yeah, you have.
because I've been focused on this. No, I did spots on New Year's. That was it.
That's
That's
I did one.
less than a month.
I did one
2 weeks
spot
ago.
on. I did one spot on New Year's Eve, and then I did one spot the other night at New York Comedy Club.
Yeah.
But both of
Do
those.
you miss it? Do
Well,
you
I'm going
miss
on the
it?
road, and I'm curious to see how that goes.
You
With-
gonna
with
bring
Sal?
the sandwiches?
No.
You gonna bring the sandwich?
I want. Yeah.
Oh, he does
oh
have a
God!
sandwich
If I was
stuff,
doing
that's
sandwich at the club, that was like my new
You have
thing.
like a trench coat?
He
Thank
does,
you,
he does
Dave.
pop ups
appreciate
at
it,
every
Thank
club.
No, I gave it to him.
He-
I gave it to
He,
the
uh,
kid. Yeah. I gave it to
That's
the
it.
kid.
That's his merch. That's his
Do you have merch yet?
sandwiches.
We're getting merch. So here's the merch I want to make.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're allowed to. I have to make sure legally we're allowed to do this.
Anal beads?
No,
Joey's rosary?
that we're allowed.
Joey's Rose.
That's so gross. That hits me in the Catholic.
That's where it came from, my Catholic.
No, I want to have shirts that say that allude to other sandwich places. So I want to be.
Yeah.
I want a T-shirt that says their spokesperson did what, and then the back says Joey Roses.
I love it. I love it.
And then like,
that's fun.
you know, like they charge $27 for a sandwich.
Yeah.
You know. Oh, and then it says those fucks. So it says their spokesperson did what, and the back says those fucks. Joey Roses.
That's funny.
I think that's funny, right?
I love that concept of sort of like sneak dissing other places
Yeah.
while marketing you. I think it's really smart.
Yeah. The first syllable rhymes with jizz. Those fuck. Quiznos. My friend used to call Quiznos Jizznos.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that. That one's too
Right.
gross.
Yeah.
But
It's
but
like,
yeah.
we're definitely not that ginger whore.
Hour away.
Who's the ginger
Wendy's?
No. That's burgers.
Oh my
though.
God.
And I love Wendy's.
I did hour
I do
away.
too.
I've only
It
got
wasn't that
now.
funny, but at least I knew a sandwich spot.
Cheers, queefs.
Wendy's that sells crispy chicken
As
sandwich.
I said, I'm trying not to drink it. I'm just bored. I'm not because of the podcast. I don't mean because of the podcast. I mean, it's Friday night. I worked all week. I'm just like,
I got a big weekend ahead of me. I got plans, schemes.
I got an exercise bike.
Let's hear it.
Peloton?
I just started today. Bowflex.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
Vintage.
No, it's not.
Oh,
It's new.
Oh.
But they make a great bike, and it syncs with your iPad, and you can use the Peloton app.
And if
You
you're
can
Lev,
use-
it sinks into the floor.
Yes, you're Lev.
Sorry. I'm sorry. Not you. Not you.
I call him Level.
Because he levels the plane.
Because
I
he
get
levels.
I get it. What? There's levels
He's
to
a nice
this.
kid.
He's a good kid.
He's working on himself, and I love that.
So wait, what do you? So you're doing the bike?
So you have this Bowflex bike, and it syncs, Bluetooth syncs with your iPad.
Okay.
But then what you can do with it is, I watched a lot of compare and contrast videos with other exercise bikes, and what I liked about it is, you can use the Peloton app,
Great.
or you can use their app if you want,
Okay.
or there's like all these third
But there's
party
bitches
apps.
telling you how hard
It's
to
like
pedal.
the Costco of
Yeah, it
bikes.
syncs,
Yeah.
and it's compact. And I started on it today, and I literally, I know this is nothing. I know this is nothing. I'm very aware,
Be proud of your work.
but I'm going to build up.
Yeah.
But I literally was like, if I get up every day and I just pedal a stupid mile on this thing,
Yes.
that will eventually become 2 miles,
Yep.
3 miles,
Yeah.
and it'll just get me moving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, like
that's
you'll
it.
pedal a mile, and you'll be like, "Oh, that took me 4 minutes."
That's what I'm saying.
To do. Like, I
That's
can
what I'm
do
saying.
another one of those.
That's what
you
I'm
know?
saying. The second you start going, got the membership, going in. It's going to be Monday,
Right.
Wednesday, Friday. You know,
Yeah.
like you're
Right.
like, I'm like, fuck this, man. Like
No,
I
you.
hate it.
During
I'm here
the
for your
pandemic,
journey.
the very first thing I did, I started doing these stripper workouts that my friend was putting online. She was putting like water bottles in her backpacks, like all this stuff. And then eventually, I just got a kettlebell. Like, I mean, I think it's wild that society shut down gyms. And even like in Australia, I read something that like they're telling people that exercise isn't necessary for their life anymore. That like they don't have to work out. I don't know.
I
It's
love
just-
the moving of the goalpost
Yeah.
when anything obstructs it. You know what I mean? Like when anything big enough that's there to obstruct. Like the NFL, be like, we got too many positive players coming up. You know
Yeah.
what? If you're vaxxed, you don't have to test anymore. Like.
Right.
I love it so much. I love that Delta complained about the head of Delta, where the hub of Delta is Atlanta, the CDC is Atlanta or Georgia, and the head of Delta was like, guys, I just wish the quarantine period wasn't so long and that you didn't have to PCR afterwards. And the CDC the next day were like, guys, you don't have to. PCR anymore. It's so funny to me, the movie. So like with like the working out, it's like, guys, you don't need to work out.
Right.
It's not.
Stay home.
Like, how
We'll give
long
you a
does
few
it
dollars.
take people to be like, what's going on here?
The only thing worse than that to me is when rich people are like, guys, I mean, just stay home.
Right.
What's the big deal? And it's like, what's the big deal? Because I live in a fucking shoebox. That's
Right.
the big
Right.
deal.
Right.
I don't have a goddamn mansion with an in-ground pool in the backyard.
Right.
That's
I don't have a
heated.
sprawling estate with like
Yeah.
an exercise room and a fucking, yeah. It's like
I
the
couldn't-
city. If you're like an urban dweller, like the city is like your fucking
Yeah.
house.
I can't do a distance hang in my apartment. That's
No.
how small it is. If I bring anybody to my apartment, we're hooking up just because of the space.
Whether you like it or not.
Yeah, this is because we're this close
Yeah.
together the
Yeah.
whole time.
Yeah. You're like, you order delivery.
Yeah, like people being like that really bothers me though, man. Just
Yeah.
stay home. What's
I
the
know.
big deal? Oh, I'm sorry, gated house.
Even like, you
Ugh.
know, people with houses in general. Just stay home. It's like, yeah, you have a whole other floor you can go to.
I was so jealous of people that had like driveways. I was
yeah.
like, what's that like? You can walk outside and just stand on a driveway.
Get some chalk, do some
The,
hopscotch.
the place I was in initially, I'm in a pretty decent one bedroom now, and there is a little outdoor space, which is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Made all the difference when the second lockdown happened. It was incredible.
Mm-hmm.
But like when I was in the first place that I moved here, when I first moved back to New York, it was like basically windowless.
Oh, that's hard.
And there are two windows. They were in the bedroom. That was it. There
Yeah.
were no windows the rest of the place.
Wow.
There was no sink in the bathroom. I had to put a sink into the bathroom.
Okay.
But this is how small we're talking.
Yeah.
It was horrid.
Where I first lived on Eldridge Street was like that too. My bathroom sink was like a joke. It was like an ashtray. They just like put.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
It's the closest to suicide I've ever been.
it was
Because that was like in the beginning when they didn't know anything.
right.
And literally, I'd walk into like the hallway of this tenement walk up I was living in, and you would feel like the hallway was so gross. You were like, I have COVID. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. You were so scared to do
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
And then you were inside, and it was so dark,
Mhm.
metaphorically and literally.
Yeah.
And then it was just, oh my God, it was horrible.
I'm telling you, that's why a dog is just like so helpful. I mean, my
I wasn't
place-
allowed to have a dog.
Oh.
just break rules. I wasn't either.
Yeah,
I'm just a rule breaker.
you are. God, I love that about you.
I had windows, but if it weren't for that dog, and I mean like aimlessly, and it wasn't fun. The walks were still kind of depressing too, because I was like, oh, another junkie. Oh no, they seem to be growing exponentially. They're like,
oh, let me take this one up.
Dude, it sucked so bad. The
This guy just
only-
laid down on my stoop one day, and he was like on heroin or whatever, and like I was kind of
fucked him?
scared.
Fucked
Yeah. But I just like looked at him and I was like, "Hey man, do you live here?" And he was like, "No." And I was like, "Well, what are you doing?" He was like, "I don't know." And then he just like got up and walked away, and I was like, "This is my normal. I just kind of like shoo a junkie every day."
And part of you is like,
One
Bro,
of them is the one.
well, yeah, one of them, the one will show up here one day. But no, part of me, like when I am in a situation like that, I'm like, bro, I get it.
Yeah. Oh my god.
But like, god damn it, man, like
So much empathy.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Like it's just
No,
it's a tough
if
sitch.
like a fucking wasted chick with like, like who peed herself was on my stoop, I'd be like, come in.
I've been there.
We'll figure this out.
It's a tough sitch.
Where's your iPhone? You have no idea, right? Let me guess. A cab in Long Island. I used to have
Sounds
to,
like a certain situation you went through, Kerryn.
so many times. Or where was the cab hub, Long Island City? I used to have to go there a lot
Why?
because I would leave my phone in cabs.
The cab hub?
Yeah,
I
there's
didn't even know that was a thing.
there's like a spot where a lot of them park.
Oh, that's where they all come out of every day.
Yeah, and
Like that's their
where
hive.
the director told me the gangbang was, and that's where I showed up, but I was on time for that.
When I leave a cell phone in a cab, I'm like, see you later.
Bye, phone.
I don't care how broke I am at the time. I'm
Yeah.
just like, I'll see you later. Guess I got to go buy a new phone.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I can't even deal. That is a horrifying 6 hours till you get that new phone. Or
Oh,
get the
you're
phone
just
back.
like, what's real? Like, where am I? I can't connect with anyone.
That's one of my favorite David Spade jokes. He goes, I lost my phone. Didn't have it for a day. You know, it was nice. Things were shut off. I was left alone. Kidding. It was torture. I was in the car after 2 hours on the way to the Apple store. And then he goes, driving without a phone. He was like, driving without texting is weird. And he was like,
Driving without texting
Yeah.
is weird.
and he's like, there are trees on my street.
It's we're so
That's
addicted.
great.
I started
I'm
like
so addicted. It's bad.
I used to take it to bed with me. Not anymore. I plug it in the living room.
Yeah.
I put it next to my bed because I have a horrid fear that bad news will come in the middle of the night.
Yeah, it's coming no matter what.
But I silence it. I don't, and I most nights I sleep through. But if
Yeah.
I have a night where I wake up and I can't sleep, at least it's there so I can check it.
See, the second the second I go to check my phone, I'm up.
Yeah.
So
I can.
I have to like not even check it.
I don't have that problem.
Thanks for coming on the podcast. Thanks for hosting us. This is a great place. You guys
We've
should
never
definitely.
traveled.
No,
Really,
first
No.
road trip.
That's our first road trip.
I've never had such pigs on this bench before.
What are you talking about? Sal's been on this, no?
Oh,
that's the thing.
Oh,
yeah.
snap.
This
snap.
is the best piece of Staten
Well,
Island that's been on this couch.
Oh my god.
I'm just joking. I love Sal.
No,
He's
I
great.
appreciate you guys being here. I really do, and I look forward to eating sandwiches on the Patreon.
Yeah. Check it out.
Ooh, he just
Check
gave
it
us a
out.
You got anything else you want to plug?
Joey Rose is 174 Rivington Street on the Lower East Side of New York City. Come through if you're in New York. Come through if you're not in New York. Fly in. Who am I to tell you how to spend your money?
Absolutely flying.
Great vibes. Come check it out. Please come to Mama's Boy Comedy and check out my animations.
JoeyRosesNYC.com for all info and hours.
Joey Roses, check it out. Check out Joe DeRosa's comedy too. He's very fucking funny. Check out his podcast with Sal. What?
Head over to the
I'm-
Patreon. After. I was going to tell you, Kerryn. After. Go ahead.
This is our producer.
Well, he just interrupted me. I was on a roll. $5. Yeah, our Patreon. Some of it's $5. Some of it's more, right, Pat?
No.
Our whole Patreon's only $5.
Well, Kerryn, when you start sharing it like you share your OnlyFans, we'll make it more. Okay?
Well, I'm proud of my OnlyFans. Okay, bye.
It's only Feehans.